Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please go ahead and subscribe so you do not miss whenever I do post. I do post every Monday at 5 p.m. So let's go ahead and just get straight into this video. For this video today, I'm going to be reading you guys a letter that I wrote to my future self over 3 years ago. So I wrote this February 7th, 2021. Honestly, I wish I could remember what I was really going through at the time that I wrote this, but I just know for myself, I am a very emotional person. I get upset easily. I'm very sensitive and I am not as always open and honest. Not even honest. I'm not always open with other people as to how I'm feeling, so I like to journal. I've actually journaled a lot throughout the past few years, and I like to go back and look through my journal to see like how I've grown, see the different situations I've been in and how I've gotten through them, because one, it serves to remind me like, no matter what I'm going through currently, I can get over it. I will get through it. I have done it before. I will do it again by the grace of God, because it is not of my own strength. It's because of God, first and foremost. I want to make that clear. But this letter that I wrote to my future self, I've read it to several of my friends, and they're always like, you should share this online because it's very inspiring, or other people probably could relate to it. And I feel like I'm finally comfortable with sharing this part of me, because once again, I wrote this for me, for myself, because for whatever reason at the time, like, I felt like everything was just too much, and I needed a reminder that this will be okay. And I'm just going to read you guys what I wrote, and you guys can tell me what you think about it after the fact. And honestly, this is like my most inner thoughts and feelings. So, one, I take it very seriously. So, I will not appreciate any like hate or mean or unkind words under this, because I feel like it's just unnecessary. Unnecessary. So, if I see those type of comments, I will delete them. Just fair warning, guys. Dear future self, I hope you are alive and thriving. Life right now sucks, but it's getting better. Some days, even weeks, we just want to cry for hours, stay in bed, and just shut everyone out. Don't. Shutting people out never solves anything. Learn to give yourself grace, because we are far from perfect and we fail even ourselves by pretending everything is okay and not being honest. I want you to always remember, at the end of the day, you are loved and it is okay not to be okay. Your peace of mind is more important than anything. It's more important than that job, that boy, or even that friend. Right now, I'm contemplating if I'm even happy with where my life is currently and the path it is on. Like, on one hand, I should be happy. Because I'm employed, my family is safe, and I'm currently involved with someone who I believe cares about me, and I feel the same. However, I feel I always give more of myself to everyone than they do in return. Does that mean I should care less because they don't return my feelings at the same level? I hope that you don't have these problems and are more confident in yourself and the person you are. I want you to be so unapologetically you that no one can make you question your worth. I want you to fall in love with yourself and stop seeking validation from people whose lives are in worse shape than yours. How can we possibly expect someone who is insecure themselves to give us the love we need? To end this, I just want to say, even if we are still struggling to get to where we want to be, as long as you are trying, I'm happy. I'm rooting for you, for me, for us. And honestly, I really wish I remember what was going on at that time in my life, but I really don't remember. I would have to like probably go find one of my older journal entries and look around that time, like of February 2021, to remember what was going on, because I know I was with my ex-boyfriend at the time. I believe I was working at the lab still. I think I was still at that job, and I truly, guys, I did not like that job. I eventually did leave, and I believe I left in 2021, that like April, if I'm not mistaken. But it just goes to show, I'm like, honestly, if I were to like answer back like my past self for her reflections, I actually am a lot more confident in myself now. I am a lot happier with myself, and I feel like I have been showing up as my true self. Like I've stopped hiding who I am. I've stopped trying to like pretend to be someone else. I don't want to be anyone other than myself, flaws and all, weirdness and all, because I know I can be very weird. I can be very awkward. I can be very dramatic. These are things I know about myself, and I embrace them, right? I'm not trying to shy away from any part of myself, the good or the bad, because I feel like a lot of times people only want to put their good parts on display. And not that I'm saying I'm putting my bad parts on display, but I'm not negating that. I'm not leaving that out, because it is a part of me. It is a part of who I am. And as much as it's not the best part, but it is still me, I accept it, I own it, and I try to be better about it, right? Like, I don't say, like, oh, it's just who I am, I can't change. Like, no, it is something about me. If I don't like it about myself, I am actually actively working on fixing it. Like, one thing about me is I can be very reckless at the mouth, is what I would say, when I'm disrespected. I am working on that, because sometimes some things don't need to be said. But my thing now is, I'm not going to just let everyone talk to me any kind of way, right? Respect is both given and earned. So I will give you respect if you give me respect. If you're being rude to me, I'm sorry. I'm probably going to be rude back to you. But that's the thing. I'm working on that. I'm working to try and not be as reactive to people doing things to me that I don't like. And even though I don't allow it, but I feel like there's a way you can handle people being disrespectful that is not being disrespectful yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just goes as to how you respond, how you handle the situation. So that's what I've been doing. And like, that's what I'm saying. My peace of mind is more important than a job. Since I wrote this, I've actually left a couple of jobs because it was stressing me out and causing me to be like very like anxious, and just I was not at peace in the role. So I left, right? I left my teaching job because of that, actually. So it's funny that I did write that, and I actually stuck to that. Right? Like I said, the job I was working at when I wrote that, I left as well. And both of these jobs, my employers were begging me to stay. And I'm not even exaggerating. They were trying to offer me more and more money for me to stay. And I said, no, it's not the money. The money is not even the issue. It's more, I'm not at peace. Like, the work environment, the management was just not it for me. Same thing with friends. Like, I truly will say I have distanced myself from people who I felt are not peaceful in my life. Like, if you're not bringing peace as a friend to my life, if you're not, like, why are we friends if all we do is argue or we don't get along? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, it don't make sense. So like, I will stop being friends with someone if I truly feel like you are only causing my life stress. Like, and I say only, like, because I'm not saying, sometimes we do get into disagreements with our friends, that's fine. But like, if all you're bringing is stress and headache and confusion or whatever, I don't need it. I do not need it. So there, to anyone out there who's going through anything, like, it gets better. Life does get better. Life is worth living, because truly at times I always felt like I will be honest, at times I felt like I don't want to exist anymore. But I'm happy that I'm still here. I am so happy that I'm still here, because between 2021 and 2024, I've had such great experiences. Like, I've had made new friends, I've met so much people, I've worked at different places, and I've enjoyed where I've worked. So, yeah, it gets better. Maybe not overnight, maybe not in like a month, but eventually it works out. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.